Welcome to Always in Escrow with Serena Appel and Colby Burchin. Hello, Colby.
How are you?
I am fantastic because today we're joined by Jon Sexton, a true Nashville success story, a top 1% realtor, the TV host of Selling Nashville, proud boy dad, co founder of Boost Fit Club, and a talented musician. Let's dive into his journey and passion for Music City. Welcome to the show.
Thank you so much. I'm just so excited and really, I think we should have a lot of fun here.
Definitely. Serena, I know you and I have been following John for a while. Um, Between the TV show and just Instagram handle, he has so much going on in your life. I don't even know how you keep up. I know I'm busy. I know Serena's busy, but watching you, it's like, whoa.
Well, you try and balance life out when you got your kids, you got your career, you got your multiple careers going at the same time. You just have to prioritize and family first always.
So, what inspired you to transition from music into real estate and fitness?
Wow. Okay. Well, this is a little bit of a story if we have time.
Uh
So,
huh.
um, when I moved to Nashville in 1996, I moved here after college. I went to Fresno State, which is the Harvard of Central California, I should say. Uh, and I was in California and I was playing in this country pop band before country pop was even a thing. And we were opening up some really great acts. And so all of my connections during that time led to Nashville. So I moved to Nashville in pursuit of music, but I decided I'm not going to be a starving artist. Therefore, I'm going to start my own quote unquote personal training company. Really, what that meant was I was going to contract myself out of different clubs. And my goal was to be able to grow this business to where I could pursue music a little more freely and be on the road and still make money at home. So I was able to develop a team because I had a waiting list and as a personal trainer within 8 months of being here. Yeah, it just I kind of used the California vibe, and I think I was the first one to ever come out and use a fitness ball. They were like, "What is that?" Right? Because it was just Nashville was a little behind on that stuff. And a fun fact is, I was the first person to ever teach a spin class in the state of Tennessee. How about that?
Love spinning.
1997.
We love
Love
spinning.
spinning.
So anyway, I pursued music. I was able to develop a team. We were really strong on the west side of Nashville, which there's a lot of really great clubs that we're contracting out of. Well, in music, my old life, I used to write songs for film and television, and my band ended up getting a big record deal that took 5 years to get. We lost it in 3 months, so it was a little deflating. But in that process, I have to tell you, that's where I really learned to become an entrepreneur because I learned how to deal with rejection because it was constant rejection or lots of wait. It's like hurry up and wait kind of attitude. So I was the guy that ended up booking shows. I was getting in touch with record labels, and I was doing all of that kind of work. And so I was able to spin this rejection into maybe instead of a no or not right now, and we'll prove you wrong, and sort of kind of had learn how to have a chip on my shoulder. So just to kind of keep the momentum going. And when you're dealing with musicians, a lot of musicians are very sensitive and they take it personal because that's their art. So you had to kind of learn how to balance the rejection and the since I was the one getting the news and passing that on and keeping everybody motivated, it was sort of my natural sort of way of being. So when we were booking gigs, I would go most people would at the time bring a CD or maybe even a tape and say, "Hey, listen to how great we sound, and can we open up for this band?" Whatever that band was coming in town. Well, that was a common way of approaching it. I figured out they need to make money off of us so we can get paid too. So I would give them and say, "Hey, we sound really great, but our people drink." And to be honest with you, I didn't know if our people drank, but I just said that. And it worked. And so I called everybody, drink, 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 right? And so they ended up having and so we'd be on stage, hey, make sure to tip the bartender, blah, blah, blah. We'd really promote kind of the business. And they really liked that. So therefore, we started playing in these great clubs, opening for great bands, and then we got a great following. And that all kind of worked itself out. So figuring out kind of how to, figure out what when you want to work with somebody, how do you what's important to them and figuring out how to adapt to that. So that was something that I learned along my journey. Now, fast forward to 2003, music kind of fizzled out and I had an opportunity to get into health club ownership. So they came in approached me. They had 3 clubs, and they said to me that they wanted me to run their personal training department. Well, I had a good team, so I used that leverage and negotiated equity. Well, and I promise you I'm getting to real estate. I promise you I am. So in that time, I was able to negotiate. It wasn't much, but it was something. It's the first time I'd ever been on a salary, all kinds of things, right? Because I've always, as a trainer, you're sort of living hour by hour, appointment by appointment, basically a commission life. So that was interesting for me for a little bit. Then I realized I don't really like being on salary because it limits me. I was making more back then. So, but anyway, I came out 5 years later, bought them out, and 2003 plus 5 equals 2008. Tough time, right? 2010 happened. We had a flood. Our area was flooded worse than as bad as anywhere in Nashville. I don't know if you remember the big flood that we had. And honestly, like during that time, I almost lost my house because I told my members, don't worry about paying, just get your life settled and just come back when you're ready. I knew as a business owner it wasn't probably the smartest decision, but it was the right thing to do. And it ended up working out. But for 6 months, I didn't take a paycheck. Everyone else around me did, but I didn't. I almost lost my house. I mean, it was a really tough time. Um, but I persevered. I always was willing to bet on myself. I believed in myself. I knew what we had was something special. We made it through. We built that. 2012 came around, and the first club I ever had a job at, which was a thriving tennis club at the time, 85,000 square feet on 6 acres. We ended up full circle coming back around. I found some rich guys to help me, invest in it but it was more of a real estate play because it was on that 11 acres, and the back 6 acres used to be clay courts, and they were beautiful clay courts. But when we came back around, they were weeds and falling down fences, and so we saw value to that. So the play to the investors was not about being a health club investor because there's not a whole lot of great return for that. It was all the real estate play. Worked out. We decided we were going to rezone the back 6 acres and try and build townhouses. Now, there all the other owners of that club, there had been multiple that had tried to do that. They were shut down every single time. Well, we hired the right team and got everyone in place. We went to the neighborhood and said, "Hey, we're a health club first. We're going to invest $2 million into the health club to renovate it. We see value in the backyard. How can we work together?" So their walls were still up, but they saw that we wanted to work with them. And that's the first time that approach has been taken. So here we are, 5 years later, finally got it rezoned, built 54 townhouses. And in that process, I'm thinking, okay, 2017 was around. I'm going to get my real estate license and I'm going to try and sell some of those. So I negotiate with a developer. Now, I was a brand new agent. So he gave me 6 listings. The others
Smart.
went to someone that had been well established. Totally got it. But I sold mine out like that. And from there, everything took off. Being a business owner for many years, being trusted, having a really good SOI. I knew how to work it. And here we are.
Full circle.
Incredible. Okay, so let's talk about your show. What sets Selling Nashville apart from other real estate shows in terms of showcasing the city?
Yeah, well, it's not drama. There's no drama. And so that's number one. And I actually get autonomy. I get to set where, when, who, um, and that's really great. So for me, I get to showcase some really special areas that are special to me. So there's my first episode. Now I just got started. My first episode was just released in August. I filmed my second one that also came out in October. Um, but it's weird how it all lands out. It comes out by the network, which is the American Dream, which is also on HGTV, Travel Channel, Amazon, Apple. It's kind of everywhere, but but certain episodes get to be on the Travel Channel. Certain episodes get to be on HGTV. Well, my first episode was just present as it comes out on the Travel Channel, so I'm super excited about that. And I did that at a really prominent neighborhood that I really love. That's in the outskirts of Nashville. And my second one was all about there's a high rise that's coming up at 60 stories. It's the largest one. I know the developer personally, so we had a really great. I was able to kind of promote that for him. And my third one is really amazing. I have to tell you, is that one of my best friends. I told you I played in a band in California. Well, the kid across the street from me was a little bass player. It was 5 years younger than me. When we broke up, he went to Berkeley School of Music. His roommate was John Mayer. Yeah,
Whoa.
no. And then moved to Atlanta. My buddy Matt Mangano is his name. Moved to Atlanta with him. Matt played on his first tour as a guitar player, even though he was a bass player. Um, and then Matt, did a lot of stuff through music, and now he's in the Zach Brown band. So I had to
Oh,
that, yeah,
Major.
exactly, exactly. He's like my little brother. I mean, we're really, really tight. So I called him and said, "Hey," because Zach Brown owns a studio. It's called Southern Ground Nashville. It's really in the heart of Nashville. It's 3 stories. It's really cool. It used to be a church. It's just really vibey. So and he at one point managed that studio. So he knew the whole history. He was a part of the renovation. So we went through and did the whole history of it. And then at the end, he and I jammed, and we totally recorded because I'm a drummer by trade, but I also play guitar and piano. If I'm going to go out and play a gig, which I don't do anymore, but I'm playing drums, and so we played some bass, and we hadn't played forever. And again, we grew up together, so it was a ton of fun. So I'm excited for that one to come out.
That's a full circle
It
moment.
is. It
Wow.
is. Yeah.
I
Hmm.
don't even know what to say with that. That's like crazy.
Yeah. So the show is all about it's about lifestyle, culture, and real estate. Not every show has to show a home, right? So that's and my next one, Brian. It looks like I'm going to be able to feature an Opry member to be determined, which I think I know who it is, and we're going to talk about the Grand Ole Opry, and I'm hoping we get to be actually on the stage in an interview. Wouldn't that be amazing? So we'll see if that
Whoa.
happens. I'm working
Oh,
hard on that.
yeah. Oh, it's just so spirited there, right? Its
Yeah.
music comes through in so many ways, and
Hmm.
the history and the legend. And oh, we just love what you're doing.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
So, as the go-to realtor in Nashville, tell us, is there a trend right now? What's the biggest trend in the housing market right now there?
Well, there's so much moving here in regards to corporate. I mean, we don't even have an In-N-Out Burger yet, and In-N-Out Burger's headquarters are moving here, literally right down the street from me. Yeah, exactly. So we're getting our first In-N-Out Burger, and the whole headquarters are here. Yeah, I know. Oracle was just going to move a hub here, and then they realized what a great place. Now they're moving their entire headquarters here, right? So people are following the money. They're following where these people are going, and there's a reason why people are moving here. Property taxes, lifestyle. There's just so many. I mean, what's great about Nashville is that you could be in the heart of downtown. You could be on Broadway. If you guys ever been here, which when you live here, you don't really do it that much with your friends, but you go honky tonkin, bar to bar, incredible music, the best musicians in the world, and then 20 minutes later, you could be kayaking. It's just that's what's really great about Nashville. So it's really we don't have a beach like you have, but we're close. We're 6.5 hours away, or an hour flight, depends on where you go.
Yeah.
So and it's very centralized too. That's why a lot of musicians live here because as opposed to if you're living in on the coasts, right? And you have you tour, then you kind of work all the way back where you can Nashville, you can go here and back, and be with your family more. And that's the reason why even I mean, Stephen at my health club, Steven Tyler was a member. Yeah, but the trend to go back to is really I'm telling you, so Nashville has about 40 high rises that are planned in the near future, right? We're getting a brand new state indoor stadium, which will bring a Super Bowl because we did so well in the draft. So so there is just so much growth in downtown, and I'm telling you, like from an investment standpoint, you come invest in downtown Nashville. I say Nashville is where Silicon Valley was in the '90s.
Oh, yeah.
Heard it here first.
Yeah.
So, how do you balance being a co founder of Boost Fit Club with your busy real estate career?
Well, so I have stepped away from operations. And I did that actually at the beginning of the year. So in the meantime, all that growth was happening simultaneously, and at the end it just got too much where I felt like I was giving too much to real estate and not enough to Boost. I felt like it was just time for me to kind of, hey, someone else take my role. I'll be here to consult, and that's kind of where that lands. But Boost Fit Club, just so you know, was named Nashville's best health club 12 years in a row. I'll just say that.
We gotta go. We love. I mean, we love that vibe, and then also to go on a tour with you and see the real estate.
Absolutely.
Wow,
Let's
that's
do
like,
that. We can have a really
oh,
show for that.
Sarita, we should take the family and go there.
Come on,
absolutely.
Yeah.
please,
Yeah.
please. I got some
I think
hookups.
I know my wife would love it. She always wants to go there. So,
Oh, right. Okay. Well, it's a great place to be, and it's a great place for a family to be too. And so um, you can actually bring your family into if you decide to go down Broadway during the day, families are allowed in. Just at a certain
Wow.
point, I think it's after 6 or something like that. That's when they stop letting the kids in.
So tell us about your podcast, Calling Nashville Home.
Yeah, thanks. Appreciate you bringing that up. So my team's name is Nashville Home, and I will tell you a backstory. The reason why I named it, I didn't name it the John Sexton Team because you said, "Hey, this is Colby from the John Sexton Team." That just made you secondary, right? So there's that. I wanted all my agents to be for out front, first and foremost, right? So so that's one reason. Another reason was when the exit strategy comes, if you're the John Sexton Team and you're trying to sell that, well, where's John? Right? It just doesn't work. So that's the whole point. So Nashville Home, we were named Williamson County's best real estate team, and very proud of that. So calling Nashville Home is a play on Nashville Home because we want you to call us. However, it really, really focuses on relocation because first, I wanted to give some assets to our agents, give them more value to being on the team. So everybody on my team, except for one, has moved here, and they all had their journey on how they got here, why they came here, what their experience was like, what they love about being here. So I've sort of featured that. Now we're going to start bringing in actual vendors. So when you move here, you've got your you've got everybody that you need to move here, right? Your mortgage person, your whatever it is, title. I've got
Like a toolkit.
that
Yeah.
toolkit.
Yeah.
One stop shop. Start with us, and we
Yeah.
will take care of you.
Brilliant.
Go-to. I love that.
hmm But it's a lot of fun. They're only like 15-minute episodes, are really quick to the point. That's probably because my attention span's about that anyway. I can see myself zoning out after a while if I'm interviewing somebody. So, and it's no offense to them. It's just me. It's
Right,
not
right.
you. It's me.
That's how Serena and I are like that.
hmm
That's us too. It has been such a pleasure. Is there anything else that we need to cover, talk about? Anything else? Because it is just such a pleasure being with you.
Thank
I
you.
mean, the music, the vibe, the fitness, the health. I mean, your energy is way up, and I can see how so many of your clients are really lucky
Thank you.
because they get you and your team.
Thank you.
So tell us more. Tell us all we need to know and how to find
Sure.
you, all the good
Yeah,
stuff.
you bet. Okay, so Instagram. Now, unfortunately, my Facebook got hacked. I'm trying to get that back, but that's okay. I have a good following on Instagram. So Jon.Sexton, Sexton, is how you find me. It's the same handle on YouTube, so you can see. I do put my episodes up on YouTube for our show Selling Nashville. You can also you look up the American Dream and then look for where they show Nashville. This one coming up on the Travel Channel, I think it comes out next week. So you can find that and see the entire episode. So just so you know, American Dream, well, it's a 30-minute show. You've got Selling Nashville, Selling Boca, Selling Chicago, Selling whatever, right? So we all have our 5 minute or so, 5 minutes of fame. And so that's another way. And also we are Nashville Home Agents, that's plural.com.
Amazing. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Yeah, guys, I know we've been trying to get this together, and I'm so glad we made it. So you guys are amazing, and I love what you do. And thank you. I'm very honored to be one of your guests.